These words are the picture Dr. Joe Sam Robinson, a neurosurgeon in Macon, painted for Mercer President Bill Underwood's an effort to bring the sport of football back to Mercer University. Back on January 15, 1892, Mercer competed in its first ever football game in the state of Georgia. The contest between the Bears and the Georgia Bulldogs was a little lopsided as UGA went on to win the contest in Athens by a score of 50-0. Later that same year, Mercer also played Georgia Tech in its first football game, winning that one 12-6 in Macon. Mercer played its last football game against Chattanooga in 1941 due to the demands of World War II. The football program has been dormant ever since. But after a 70-year hiatus and many efforts to bring football back to Mercer University, the decision was made on November 19, 2010, when a 45-member board voted unanimously to reinstate the Mercer Bears football program.
I'm very pleased to announce today that after almost a 70-year absence, the sights and sounds of college football will be returning to the Mercer campus.
The Gridiron Glory Days are set to resume in the fall of 2013 as the excitement around the Mercer campus can be felt among faculty, staff, and students.
Well, there's a lot of excitement in the community about it. This is the South, and football's king in the South. We've got a great football heritage at Mercer, and I think it's fair to say that probably nothing that we've done at the university since I've been here has generated so much enthusiasm in the community as announcing we were going to resume football.
But building a football program from scratch won't be easy for Mercer. There are many decisions to be made, including the location and building of a stadium, completing fundraising, and recruiting student athletes. But one of the most important decisions has already been made as Bobby Lamb has been introduced as Mercer's 19th head coach and the first of the modern era.
Well, you know, the first thing we had to do was find the right leadership for the program. And we sat down and talked about what we were looking for in a leader. We wanted someone who understood what it was like to be at a quality academic institution. We wanted someone who knew the state of Georgia and had contacts with high school coaches in the state of Georgia. We wanted somebody who had a good track record of having student athletes who were academically successful. And then we wanted somebody who would build a competitive program. And Bobby Lamb was a grand slam. So I think he's the whole package. He's exactly what we were looking for, and we're fortunate we got him.
Coach Lamb joins Mercer after a successful stint as head football coach at Furman University, where he graduated 97% of his players during the 2009-2010 season. He spent 31 seasons in Furman as a quarterback coach, assistant coach, and a head coach after graduating from Commerce High School in 1982 as a state champion and a 3-year starter.
I think the last job I was in is very similar to this job. You're working with a true student athlete. I think Mercer is one of the best universities in not only the Southeast but in the United States. And I think the combination of football with academics is a great combination for a university and for Macon in this area. So I'm excited about the opportunity to lead this program.
Effective recruiting in the South is one thing Coach Lamb has learned during his 27 years of coaching at Furman as he begins the recruiting process this month by looking for a certain type of student athlete.
We're looking at 3 areas. Number one, we're going to train our coaches to go into high schools and look at the academics, number one, the athletic ability, number two, and then what kind of character that young man has, what kind of leadership he's got, number three. Those are things that are very important to me and very important to Mercer. And I think if we can get a combination of those three, we'll certainly have an outstanding student athlete.
Be sure to join us tomorrow night on Newsnight for part 2 of my exclusive interview with Coach Lamb and Mercer President Bill Underwood as we take a look into possibilities of where they might put the new football stadium as well as how much revenue will be brought into the Middle Georgia region tomorrow on Newsnight only on The Patriot.